Well, definitely, it's a cool looking bike. Tourney, those are good. Land. All right, check this out. Ooh, colorful. Well, this is cool. All right, let's unbox it and see what's in there. All right, let's assemble it. All right, we'll put the bars on. And the headlight. All right, so in with your kit, you get a bike pump. So really, pretty much, I put this whole thing together with the toolkit that's here. I just had a couple of bolts are a little tight. I want to get a little tighter, so I think a 15 millimeter good socket I used, and that was about it. Everything else, so it just went together with the kit. So I just used a good, 5-point socket to tighten up the front wheel, because I want to make sure it's nice and tight. So comes with a lock, little installation bracket for the lock. It's kind of cool. And it's not the best lock, but if you take the battery out of these things, when you go in the store or something like that, then the hot item, the expensive item's gone. So if it's locked up, less chances of it getting stolen then. I mean, there's still, still that chance. But it also comes with a product registration. So you can register the product, and I don't know, maybe that, tells you, puts the number for it in there. It's got a little RQ code, so I don't know how that works, but that'd be kind of neat if they, keep track of it with a serial number or something like that. It'd be kind of cool. So anyway, not bad. Decent bike. We'll get into that in a second. Well, definitely, it's a cool looking bike. Let's take a look at what's on it. So it's got, what are these brakes? Maybe you can see that. All right, let's see. See how they do? I don't know. That's what's on it. And it has Shimano derailleurs. Which one is it? The same thing? Tourney. Those are good. And Shimano derailleur set. Looks like a pretty good sized chain ring. I'm gonna guess this one might be like a 54. It's a pretty good sized chain ring. I gotta get the chain on. It looks like it's coming off. That's all right. It'll just gotta pedal it once, I think. I haven't ridden it yet. So, HAPPYRUN. Happy. All right. And the other thing it has here is it has mag wheels, and they feel like they're aluminum. I think the frame is steel, so it's very sturdy. Like if you're a heavier guy or something like that, maybe it'll stand up to a little more abuse. What we got here? Which brand is that? Shimano SIS. Click shift. I'm going to turn that on a little bit. We'll look at that later. And what are these called? I can't see the brake name. I have my reading glasses for that one, guys. Maybe you can read it. Can you read it? It's upside down. Maybe I can if I'm standing in the right place, right? Diasland. Diasland? I don't know. You can look those things up, see if you like what's on it. And definitely, let me see. I'm 6'3". I can sit on it. But somebody much shorter could definitely move up front. Where I'm up here, I'm flat-footed, so somebody shorter definitely could ride this. But somebody taller, I was surprised, could probably ride this too. So I'm 6'3", so that will tell you I got to put the key in the ignition. It's got an ignition over here. And another thing it has that I kind of like, these are things that I really look for on these e-bikes. Is one of the things is how easy is it to take the battery out. And a lot of them, you have to take the seat off to take the battery out. The reason you want it to be able to be easy to take the battery out, because you can take the battery out, you can charge it off the unit, I believe. On most of them you can. We'll see how that works in a second here. So I guess that's the battery comes right out. You just turn the key, you grab the battery, lift it up, it comes right out of there. Real easy. So you can take the battery out. Key thing for theft and for charging safety. You can take the battery right out. That's the charge port. So the key is probably on the other side. There it is. Right there. All right, check this out. Ooh, colorful. That's kind of neat. It's got a nice big speedometer. Really nice and big. I'll get you guys back to where you guys are like about where I am. That's about what I'm seeing. And it's very big. So when you're sitting on the bike, you can see. Now, what's that? Is that the speed? Or guess what, to find that out, what that is. Another thing nice about this bike is it's a full suspension bike. So it's got front and rear suspension and fat tires. So it ought to ride really smooth. And if that's another thing you're looking for, that's already here. So that's a really nice feature. The fat tires, a lot of people go, oh, I just like the look of them. But man, I'm telling you, when you go into, oh, I hope the battery comes out easily. It probably is a button. Let me figure that out and I'll bring you guys back in. It's probably something simple, but with one hand, it's a little tougher than I can do. So anyway, we're running out of daylight right now, but I'm going to bring you back in tomorrow and we're going to go for a ride on it. We'll go ahead and give it a charge overnight and we'll see how this thing does. Maybe while I've got it here, let's, I don't know how to turn the headlight on. I got to figure all that stuff out. How about headlight button? Yeah, well, that's cool. It's got a headlight button. So it's got a nice headlight. And probably has brake light and tail light too. Sure it does. Yeah, brake light, tail light. So good safety features. Well, this is cool. I didn't see this before, you guys. Check that out. What does it do in the front? Well, it has a rear turn signal. So look at this. So this button here, you can even do like both. What does that do? Just to give yourself a little more visibility, you could just do that, right? Cool. So then you turn this one, to turn it back off, you do that. Oh, sorry, I didn't get you guys in frame. You just push it again. So you push it once and it turns it on. Push it again, it turns it off. So look at this side. Look at that. That's neat. Cool. A lot of neat features in this. Those you guys are going to ride at night. A lot of the bikes don't have headlight and tail light. And this one doesn't fold either. So keep that in mind. It's really a stationary bike. It's great for if you're riding at the beach and you happen to go off trail. I have a fat tire bike, and let me tell you, you're happy you have fat tires when you go like accidentally into the sand for a second and you don't fall like right away. It gives you like a little bit of time. It does help. I mean, not gonna say you can ride straight up in sand in it, but maybe. But you know, it depends on how good of a bike rider you are. But I didn't have a problem with it. I could get into the sand and get right out myself. So like I said, it's just kind of a skill level thing. So anyway, yeah, looks pretty neat. I like the headlight. I like that it has its own button. The other bikes, some of the other bikes I have, they don't. What's this? Well, this is cool. No. Oh, it's wired for turn signals, I guess. Cool. So I guess you could add. That's neat. Add those on, huh? Maybe check their website, see what you think. Link in the description. If you're interested at all, just take a look and see what the pricing is. And yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty cool bike. Turn the key off and the lights automatically turn off, so that's cool. All right, we'll bring you back in tomorrow when the daylight's back, and we'll go for a ride. What do you think? Well, I'm riding the bike, and I'm noticing the thing that I kind of like about it is the banana seat's kind of nice. The brakes are pretty good on this. I mean, I guess they're smaller discs, but they actually have plenty of braking power and very sensitive and smooth. Some of my other e-bikes, they don't have brakes like this, so this thing's definitely got a little bit better brakes than some. I don't know, I got it on, looks like I'm on 3. I keep on going to try and go to 1, and it wants to go to 2 every time, so 15, 16, just doing a real mild, not even putting any effort in pedaling. It's a nice smooth ride. And this is, I guess this is a chromoly frame. Thought it was steel, but it's chromoly, so chromoly steel. And I think these are hydraulic brakes from what I was looking up. I don't know, you tell me. I'm no expert on that, but it's pretty cool. And one other thing I'll show you. It's kind of interesting horn. So anyways, got that. I don't know how big the motor is. I think it's 750 or something like that, and overclocked to like 1500. It seems to have plenty of power climbing hills. Actually pretty effortless. Goes uphill. And now I got it on 1, don't I? I was trying to get in 1. I kept on 1 to go to 2. Oh yeah, 1 goes. Let me just do it by throttle only. See if it tapers off at I guess throttle only just takes you all the way up to whatever. Still trying to figure it out here. See how fast it goes on throttle only on 1. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. 13. I'm going uphill too. Maybe it'll go faster on flat ground. Let's try it on 2. Oh, got it on 3. Okay. Oh, I went to 3 again. 2. See how it does on 2. Throttle only. Feel it die off at a certain point. Now we're going uphill. It's still pulling. I would say it's probably in the 20-ish area. Let's go to 3. It's kind of got a little bit of a delay when you push the button, so maybe that's what was going on. Like you have to push the button and wait about 2 seconds, and then it finally. We're going up too much hill, I think. Here, it's not gonna. This is a pretty good size hill up here, so anyway, I'm trying to do a pedal assist. Usually I like to pedal a little bit, and I can still pedal this even though I'm tall with a banana seat, and it's actually pretty comfortable. I kind of like that banana seat. The look of it's really cool. I guess you could, not legally, but somebody could probably write 2 people on this. I'm sure it's not legal to do so, but people do. All right, let's go over some pros and cons on this thing, and things I like about it. Number one, I really like the way it looks. It's just super sharp looking. That banana seat and the wheels look really neat, and it's just super stylish. The color is really cool. The paint job, the strength of it, as far as it's being really strong build, seems to be very sturdy. It's super stable. It's got a headlight. It's got a tail light. So you got tail light. Really nice bright headlight. Oh, I got it on. Hey, let's turn that off. Let's turn it off. But the headlight is nice and bright. Compared to my other e-bikes, a little smaller headlight and a little more pointy. This one's more fanned out. The brakes on it are, I don't know, they really stop good. That's all I can tell you. I'm no expert on brakes, but I think these are hydraulic. Okay, they're not like a regular cable brake, I don't think. Unless it's just really, I just like the way it stops amazing. So yeah, it's got to be a hydraulic brake. You can look up the brand on there and see what you think about that. But it stops really good compared to my other budget e-bikes. I have some cheap ones that I have that are 500 watt. This one's definitely got more power. Climbs the hills really good. The top speed is like 30 on this thing, so it really gets up. I mean, takes a while to get there, but it gets to 30 pretty well. And I think this here, if you look here, is the voltage. So from what I'm just looking at here, I didn't find a lot of documentation on it, but this should be a 52 volt bike, which is really good. If it's a 52 volt, it gives you more range on your battery. So if you have a 36 volt or 48, they're not going to have near as much range as a 52 volt. So that's a really big plus right there. I like the big screen. I still don't know how to program it yet, but I just know that it has this button here, and that's how you do it. So maybe they'll have to look up more information on that, but I really don't know. Maybe there's another video that has that. The gear shift and gears work flawlessly. I didn't skip. You know, I had on my cheaper bikes that I have a cheaper folding bike, and the thing about this one that's kind of a downside to me is it doesn't fold, or it doesn't, it's a heavier bike and hard to lift up to put into like your vehicle or van or whatever. If you weren't needing to do that, this would be excellent. It's nice and still pretty compact. It could go on probably a VW bus pretty easily. So that's a thing, something I like about it there. Like I said, I like the look. The look of it's really cool. It's just a nice looking bike. but it also functions very well. It has, the derailleur works really good. The brakes work really good. So if you're looking at a really cheap bike, this one might be one to upgrade to, above that. Now, there are, of course, better ones. The things that I kind of wish that it had, but again, I'll go over the pros and cons of that, is I kind of wish that it had an ability to take the front wheel off easy, like a quick release. I guess you could change that later. That's something you could do. But on the flip side of that, the thing that's good is the headlights on. Oh, maybe that's the bright. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. Maybe it just has a headlight on all the time. Oh yeah, that's a running light. Cool. So for safety, it has a running light that runs all the time. Really, low battery use running light, so that you don't get run into as easily. That's a nice safety feature right there, I just noticed. So, but the headlight's nice and bright, and the running light is there to, DRL, daytime running lights, to keep you from getting run into. So that's kind of nice. So it pedals really nice and easy. Like I said, I got it up to 30 miles an hour, no problem. Anyway, so just so you know, the fenders are made of plastic. Seem to be a pretty good quality plastic, and so I thought that was pretty good as far as that goes. I mean, sometimes you can't see from a picture. That's why I want to have all the stuff in the video. If you just look at pictures, you don't really know what you're getting. The suspension, I noticed just now that it's adjustable, and it's on the lowest setting. It was a bit stiff even on the lowest setting, but it was still very smooth riding. I thought this thing really handled pretty well, and at 30 miles an hour, I didn't feel super scared, which it didn't even feel like I was going 30, which was crazy, because usually on my other bikes, when I'm going 28 or 30, you feel a lot more. And I think it's maybe because the mag wheels are better weight wise, so they have less reciprocating weight there or something like that, and it seemed to handle really well as far as at higher speeds. So that was a good thing. So there's a lot of pluses on this bike. It's priced accordingly. It's a little cheaper than some, a little more than some of the others, and you get something. You definitely get your money's worth on this one. The things a lot of the cheaper bikes, again, you're going to find that the derailleurs kind of suck on them. This one, they worked really good. They don't all have suspension, full front and rear suspension like this one does. The suspension works really well. They don't usually have 52 volts. This one does. And it does only have, as far as I can tell, just 3 speeds on the controller. But they were really good speeds. The first one was nice and low. It worked really well. The second one worked really nice. And the third one went really fast. So it had enough there to work with. The controller's underneath the seat. And there is room in there if you wanted to upgrade it later. I wouldn't think you would need to, actually. I think you'd be really happy with this bike just the way it is. So it seems to do its job, and I like the banana seat too. I didn't think I was going to like the comfort of that. I was like, well, it's kind of thin or whatever, but the foam is really sturdy, and it's nice that you can slide from the front to the back and back. Makes you feel more like a younger person. I kind of like that feeling of being, when I was younger, riding a banana seat bike. I haven't had a banana seat since I was probably 12 or 15, something like that. So it's kind of cool. It's a real nice feeling. And you could slide back and forth and maneuver your comfort, so that if you're on a longer ride or commuting on it, it might be kind of nice for that. So anyway, it's a really cool bike, man. I think this one's a real cool winner. But that's the features of it there that I'm seeing. And anyway, hope this helps you figure out if this is something for you. Talk to you next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.